Hey y'all, Randino here, coming at you from the end of a glorious day in North Carolina. It's time for the Appalachian Trail Thru Hiker Update, and today's date is April 28th, 2019. If you're new to the channel, this channel was created to chronicle my trips on the Appalachian Trail and gear reviews and so on and so forth that I've experienced on the Appalachian Trail. But here lately we've been about building the Appalachian Trail community and to help the thru hikers and to support them as they take their track from Springer Mountain, Georgia to Katahdin, or Katahdin to Springer, or anywhere in between. So appreciate you tuning in. If you want to support those hikers, the best way to do it is hit that subscribe button and hit that bell down below, and you'll get our weekly updates and notice when those are coming up, as well as anything about my hiking trips. And then what you can do is you can go to my Facebook page at Ramdino Roaming the Trails, and you'll find the complete list of all the hikers that we are following this year in 2019. You'll find their links, and then you'll be able to link up to their channels and their blogs, Instagram, Facebook page, travel journals, and you'll be able to go and comment on their pages and keep them pumped up, support them all the way to Katahdin. So we appreciate you doing that, being part of the hiker community and helping us build that as the 2019 class continues their journey. So let's go ahead and get on with the update here. The weekly current registrations for NOBO is 2,283, and that's up from 2,240 last week. Flip-floppers are 150, up from 103 from last week, and SOBO is 155, up from 144 last week. So our SOBO have exceeded our flip-floppers. So we're looking at somewhere over 2,588 people, up from 2,517 that are registered for the thru hike of their Appalachian Trail. So that's somewhere over, getting close to 2,600 people that are registered for the trail this year. Like I was telling you before, you can go to my Facebook page at Ramdino Roaming the Trails, and you'll be able to find the new bloggers and bloggers. This week we have added two bloggers to that. There's Steve.7204, he's a flip-flopper, and Midlife_hiker is NOBO, and they left April 12th. So both those hikers are out there on the trail now. Wish them all the best. Go to their channels and their Instagram pages and comment on them and follow them along as they go on their hike. If there's other folks out there that I did not include, please let me know who you are, and the best way to do that is go to my Facebook page at Ramdino Roaming the Trails, and you can leave me a message there and let me know through the PM or the IM portion of the messenger, and let me know who you are and what your link is and your direction of travel and when you left or when you're going to leave, and then we'll include you in that list. We want to make sure that we get everybody included. We don't want to leave anybody out. Weather report this week. Well, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good week for hiking most of the week. We got a 50% chance of rain around the Knock, Damascus, and Central Virginia on Thursday and Friday. So other than that, it's going to be a great week for hiking. The temperatures are not really going to get low, so you don't have to worry about too much freezing. However, if you're staying at high altitudes, for instance, if you're going to stay at somewhere like Max Patch or Chihuahua Bald, then you might still want to sleep with your Sawyer Squeeze if you have it, or maybe even with your phone to keep the batteries from dying down, because those Sawyer Squeezes will freeze, and then they're useless after that. You'll have to replace them. They don't filter water properly. So be sure if you're at high altitudes that you are, and it's going to get anywhere in the 40s at lower altitudes, that you are taking precautions to keep stuff from freezing. Hikers on the trail that we have updates for this week, and we'd like to include everybody, but we don't have time to go out and harvest everybody and where they are. So what we ask that you do is, if you'd like to be included in our updates, if you would simply go to my Facebook page and send me a message through IM or PM message at Ramdino Roaming the Trails. And if you'll go there and tell me where you are, and I'll be sure and won't keep that so current that it represents a safety problem, but I will kind of generalize it. But folks out there do like to know where you're at and like to follow you along and get a general idea of where you are on the trail. And so if you just go there and update me on Fridays, as I normally put this YouTube video out on Sundays, if you could update me sometime toward the end of the week, that'd be great. So we much appreciate you being able to push those notifications to me rather than me having to go and harvest those. So updates for this week: Hawk is rolled into New York State on Tuesday, and now he is getting ready to roll across the Connecticut state line. Patrick Noonan is north of Irwin. The Facklers are north of Irwin, but they're taking a few days off to reposition their camper that they have been moving up the trail with them as they go, and then they're going to be getting back on the trail. So they've been using that camper as a hiker base, and they'll continue to do that. Rachel hiking with Era, she's north of Hot Springs. Dan Woods should be in the Smokies. Wrong Way, he's north of Buchanan. Baskets is north of Waynesboro. Minnesota Hikings is north of Hot Springs. AOL, or now as her trail name, is Try. She's north of Hot Springs. Underdogs in the Shanties, It's Who We Are is north of Hot Springs. Amy and John are somewhere around the Smokies. Traveling Outside the Bats is around Irwin. Sarah Hikes is north of Damascus. Pork Chops in Virginia is north of Peaks of Otter. Two Knees, Ramblin' Rose, and Blaze are north of the Knock. Punky, she's north of the Knock. Wonder Women are into Central Virginia, and Pack Adventures is somewhere north of the Smokies. So if I missed your update, please, I'm sorry about that. Please get that to me, and I'll be sure and get you in the next update that's coming up at the end of the week. So we appreciate everybody that sent me those. The folks that we know of that are off the trail this week, Jersey Rednecks are off the trail due to Redneck's plantar fasciitis. You'll recall that she was having problems with that, and she tried to go to the outdoor store there in Franklin and get some new shoes and try to come up with some different methods for working on that, but apparently that did not happen, and she is going to have to get off the trail. So both Jersey Rednecks are off the trail this year permanently. Jersey's going to be coming back on 2020, and Redneck, she is going to be supporting him along the way. So Jersey Rednecks, we enjoyed you while you're on the trail. We're sorry you had to get off, but we look forward to your adventures in 2020, and thanks for keeping us updated. A lot of you have asked me about Artemis. Artemis, as you know, she's taken her channel down, and you know, as we all need to do from time to time, we need to take a break from social media. So hopefully that's what she's doing, is just taking a break from social media, and she's still out there on the trail. Artemis, wherever you are, we would like to get an update from you. But if you're just completely away from social media, we completely understand that and appreciate that. We just want to thank you for the inspiration that you have been for lots of people on the trail. I was on the trail this weekend myself, and I ran into 3 different people who specifically told me that you were the inspiration for them being out there on their through hike. So thank you for what you did there, and we look forward to hearing from you. Runa Hikes on hikers starting this week. Actually, Runa Hikes is our only NoBo, and she actually started last week. So she is NoBo from Springer, and she's already started posting videos. News from the trail, the norovirus continues to ravage the trail. Heard from several hikers that Damascus has been hit hard, even though my video about the norovirus spoke about it not being in Damascus, and someone there informing me that it didn't typically get that far north, and it may not typically get that far north. However, it is that far north, because I've heard from multiple hikers that are unrelated to each other that that Noro is in Damascus. So be careful there with that. Anytime you're at any of the hostels there, of course, hostels aren't regulated. Most of them, I'm sure, by and large, try to maintain excellent clean conditions there. But occasionally stuff happens and stuff slips through the cracks. So just be careful wherever you're at. I heard from a subscriber that they were getting sick in Pennsylvania. So I don't know. I haven't heard specifically of a cluster of people getting sick in Pennsylvania. But there has been somebody that got sick there. We don't know that that's Nora for sure. But in any case, you need to take precautions throughout the trail. Also heard from hikers directly on the trail on my trip this weekend that I'll be posting a video on hopefully this week, that they went to the Knock Hostel there, specifically at the Nantahala Outdoor Center, and it was not being cleaned properly in their opinion. And they did show me some pictures, and those pictures were very telling. And so they decided not to stay. So you need to be careful about a place like that. I would say go in and look around if you can, and just look at the cleanliness of it. It's better to just continue your mission and hike on, or maybe catch a shuttle into town, something like that, than it is to stay in a place that's questionable. And then also my understanding is that the Knock does not have towels or toiletries like some hostels do. So, you know, most hikers are not carrying towels and they might be, some people might be carrying some toiletries, but Dr. Bronner's only goes so far when you get into when you want to take a shower, a full body shower and full cleanse like that. So they don't have any toiletries there, and they don't have any towels, not even to rent. You have to purchase those if you're gonna use them there at the Knock. So just be aware of that when you're coming into that area. Other news on the trail, Oz from the Hiking Sailor channel, he says that the ice and snow are almost gone from up there in the north, and that he says this year will be known as the most ever no-bow dropouts in the year of the Sobo. So that's Oz's opinion, and you're welcome to it. Several hikers who apparently knew folks directly involved in an incident that happened up around Irwin. There was a hiker that was traveling with a pit bull that was threatening people with what was said was a machete. Others said it was just a large knife. He was questioned and released by the authorities there in Irwin, Tennessee, and then he was picked up again and this time arrested. However, he was let go because the person that instigated the police department picking him up was not willing to press charges. Now, that's probably because in order to press charges, you have to stay around for at least you may have to stay around for a trial or be back there at a specific date for a trial, or you may have to be around for some preliminary court proceedings as a witness, and so that would interrupt your trail trip. So I can see why, but apparently the hiker's name is Sovereign, so and he was let go, so be careful up there around Irwin, folks. Lots of blowdowns I've heard in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Folks, the trail maintainers have not been able to get to them as fast because there's time limits and during the day when you can run a chainsaw in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So so they just can't get to all of them at one time. And then also on my trip this time from Fontana. From the Nantahala Outdoor Center to Fontana, I had to hike around quite a few blowdowns there, some of them that are completely blocking the trail. So if there's anybody there from the Nantahala Hiking Club, just put your members there on notice about that. Hikerpalooza is coming up this weekend, May 4th in Rome Mountain, Tennessee. And then, of course, Trail Days in Damascus is May 17th to the 19th, and I'm planning on being there. So if you're planning on being there, leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know that you want to meet up. I'll be look forward to meeting through hikers or section hikers or just any portion of the hiker community. I just greatly enjoy doing that and sitting down and chatting with you. So please look forward to doing that with you. On our last a couple videos ago where we did a gear review on a pillow, we had a giveaway for that, and so I want to congratulate Ken Schaefer for winning the Lazy Bear Cooper Springer pillow from the Big Blue Mountain in our random drawing. Ken, if you will go to my Facebook page, Ramdino Roaming the Trails, and send me a message through there, then send me your address and we will get one shipped to you direct from the manufacturer of the Big Blue Mountain Company. So congratulations on that. Look forward to you enjoying that. I know I enjoy mine. It helps me get a great night's sleep. Just got back from my section hike from the Knock to Fontana, and I'll be doing a video, and hopefully I'll be getting that to you this week. On our Hikers Helping Hikers section, I did want to mention Fresh Ground. He's at home right now, but probably in another week he's going to be back on the trail starting north of Harper's Ferry. It's my understanding that he is kind of running a little low on funds and doesn't know if he's going to be able to make it all the way up north this year because he's been feeding so many hikers. So if you would like to make a donation to Fresh Ground's efforts, then you may send a check to Tim Davis at 100 Mobley Street, Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, 27870. I'll leave that down in the description section. Again, that's Tim Davis, 100 Mobley Street, Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, 27870. Also want to mention a Facebook page that I have been a member of for a couple weeks and seems to be a pretty good page for getting updates that are on the trail happening now, and that is a Facebook page called On the AT Now. So I would encourage you to go there and ask to be a member, and once they allow you to be a member, then you can post there of things that are happening right then and right there that's going on. And I've seen several places where people have immediately asked shuttles and things like that. I've used it before, and people get back to you real quick. So that's a good place to go to, on the AT now. Folks, that's it. That's all I got. Look for my video coming up midweek about my trip from the Knot to Fontana. And that included Jacob's Ladder, and it's a doozy, I can tell you. Well, that's all I got, folks. As always, appreciate you, and we'll see you out there.